go all the way. Like you mentioned, that would lead to OG and LGD probably in the minor, which would be the best minor that has ever existed.
Yeah.
So that would be a pretty legit storyline. And then EHOME would be going to the major after this.
Now here's the question: if you're LGD for Pride, do you throw this game to make it to the minors so you can beat OG? Is that the plan?
I think that was the plan all along.
It's all according to the plan.
That's why this says they're just getting in as much practice as they can.
Okay, I like it.
Dude, more prize pool too if you go to the minor and then go to the major. They're making all the money.
That's the new strat. I like that.
And the thing is, you can see PSG.LGD, they're sponsored. They're just trying to get the most screen time for their sponsors. We will play every single game that is possible. Open qualifiers,
all
everything.
For you.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a team to sponsor, Red Bull or Monster, go for LGD.
LGD. LGD Gaming. Man. Well, let's take a look at this draft here. We've got the Axe banned out, the PA, the Rubik, Dazzle, and the IO. What are the key heroes? Dusa? Is he gone? They ban out the Anti-Mage.
They ban out Anti-Mage again.
I mean, LGD, if you're going to take the Dusa, you might as well do it now.
They leaving Grimstroke plus Medusa.
Okay.
The mag. They're really confident in the mag.
Oh, my God. I wonder if this is a cocky move by LG. They're going to give him the entire same draft again and say, take it if you want it. I am positive that's what's going to happen right now.
That would be, let's see, what was the draft? Let's see. We'll see if it's...
It's literally going to be the exact same draft. I'm absolutely sure.
So, if this is true, then we're going to get Beastmaster plus Medusa coming in hot. Right now. We're going to see a Beastmaster slamming out, and then a Medusa. Or just the Medusa.
Flip it around.
So they insta-picked the two last time. So
right.
Maybe they're just, okay, we know we want the Medusa. There's no Anti-Mage. We just beat LGD with this. We love this hero. But maybe the Beastmaster wasn't so great. Maybe there's something better we can pick.
A person that they can send in a 1v1 versus Magnus if they wanted to do an aggro lane too. That's a possibility. Maybe they try and think about somebody that they can get into a lot of like movement early on. They're going to take the Shaman. Apparently that is the more important time. This is the thing. This is the change-up. They know that LGD are going to give them the draft again, and maybe they were anticipating LGD taking that Shaman away, because that was a large part of what made that draft work, I think.
It was, yeah. Basically every pickoff was initiated by the Shaman.
This is my way of saving the fact that I was completely wrong.
No, I think you're right. I think you're actually right. I mean, how many times did we see the Shaman go in, and then they played really well around it as a team. Like, when the Shaman went in and gripped, they had the heroes that didn't do damage, like protect from the grip getting interrupted, and then the damage dealers like going and focusing the target. Like, they play really well around this Shaman. I think going for it again is very reasonable.
That was banned second phase last time.
That was banned second phase, yes, by EHOME. EHOME didn't want to give them the Terrorblade, so they're gonna take it in the first phase. Terrorblade mag, excellent combo. You just buff up that base damage coming from the Terrorblade. Shreds down buildings. I think one of the few combos that can actually kill a Medusa through her mana shield in the late game. But we have the Shadow Shaman to protect the Medusa. Anything that has stuns, that has reach, that has peel, you're going to be good with the Medusa. You just protect her. 4 staffs as well. If she gets, in a little too over her head, you can just get her out.
Am I crazy? Can you skewer illusions?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I was wondering.
Yeah,
if
you can for sure skewer illusions.
Because I was thinking it as a way to
Separate.
reveal the TB.
Yeah.
Although I know I play mag so rarely.
You used to be able to skewer creeps. There used to be like also a number like a maximum number that you could skewer. It's like 4 or 5, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking about this, and this might be one of those games where Terrorblade could even think about taking the range talent.
Sure.
Like, how often have we seen Ame just sort of sit in the back and be able to deal damage in these fights and stay outside of the Stone Gaze range?
Yeah, I see a decent amount of like North American Terrorblades go 50-50, depends.
If you do that though, Medusa could potentially go like something weird like phase boots, and then you can just make sure you get in range for the Stone Gaze.
I don't know about I hate those items. Those on like a
ranged
hero,
It would.
Medusa, you get so much from the treads for Medusa, like a damage plus the agi.
I was thinking like as a late game answer to make sure you get the Stone Gaze off It's sort of weird and funky, but it might be something that we see at another time, or we might never see it again ever. Who knows?
What a blink. You blink in.
Yeah, there you go.
Aha.
That's the way.
Your illusions no longer die to this, but they would have. Got you.
Thus did get, they still get turned to stone at least.
That's true. That is true. Makes all the Terrorblades look the same. It's like, which one is the real one?
That's the
counter.
The anti-synergy.
Yeah.
I think that making it so that the Medusa no longer gives everybody spell immunity or magic resistance is pretty relevant here. And well, now you have the ET. This is what I was wondering. Okay, so
Terrorblade countered.
Exactly.
This hero is God tier versus Morphling versus Terrorblade. I'm surprised we didn't see this Elder Titan more in the last patch. Just because all of these 50 armor heroes were so prevalent.
So this is what I think. Right now, EHOME have the late game, I feel like. They just need to make sure they don't get owned in the laning stage. And this is...
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm surprised you don't ban the Zeus out. Just first picking the Terrorblade. I mean, Yeah, last game they banned it.
They take out the Drow and the Undying.
Oh, they didn't ban it.
So this is the worry that I have. Actually, I'm going to take back my claps. That's me taking them back. Okay. They no longer exist in the world.
Let's see. I wasn't looking. Okay. You did 3 claps. You did 3 claps. Thank you.
All right. I did one more. I'll bring it back. Back to 0. So I feel like with Medusa, Shadow Shaman, and ET, in a way, you have your answers for the Terrorblade already. So what you need to make sure is that you don't get rolled over in the laning stage. That's the only thing that I'm really concerned about.
I got you. That's a good point.
And that's where maybe I'm a little concerned about the Zeus pick.
You think they're basically like overcommitting to this Terrorblade?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair. I mean, although you could run like an offlane Zeus. That's a common thing in the last patch.
I guess, yeah. With it, or like
if it is too bad, I think your last pick probably doesn't want to just be like a Terrorblade counter as well. You're already set. You want to make sure that you're not getting destroyed in the lanes.
I would have liked something with more control.
Sure.
Like go Void.
Some AoE control.
Yeah, Void
in particular. Yeah.
Like
Void would be great.
I think that the reason they didn't is because now you've got like sort of a heavy commitment just on magical damage with the ET aura, which is also nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe a little scary.
Oh yeah, they have just the fact that this hero amplifies physical and magical.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like perfect with Zeus, perfect with Medusa. I think if you're EHOME, you just once again perfectly okay going into the late game. But
yeah,
Dragon Knight plus Terrorblade, very very good at just running down towers in the early game. However, I've played the Zeus versus DK. Zeus is one of the very few heroes who can actually just nuke through DK's defenses. You don't really care. It's like, sure, he gets bracers, but you also get null talismans to make up for the bracers that people get. So
yeah,
it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good, but it's.
But that all gets mitigated as well by ET aura.
Yes, true.
Not the bracer magic resistance, but the base that you have.
Yeah, and if Zeus can get off to like a good lead and get an ether lens, there is very little way that LGD pushes towers right now.
Yeah,
he's gonna clear the waves, and then you have DK tanking, and then Zeus just nukes the DK, and he can't tank it anymore. But a lot of these other heroes, you can just keep tanking, not against Zeus.
Maybe this is like that insurance that they won't just be able to go high ground. Although if I'm LGD right now, you could potentially think about, they would have loved the Shadow Shaman.
Something to jump the Zeus or what?
Either jump the Zeus or I don't think they could really find that with their last pick. Maybe they go like they went like a Spirit Breaker or something, but I don't think that provides well enough in the late game.
He can just nuke in the lane and just stop
that MP ban. That's good.
Yes. Nature's Prophet would just teleport behind the Zeus and kill him in the lane. Yeah. That's definitely a good ban. Obviously targeted towards LGD in particular. They're like the only team that's still picking Nature's Prophet. So good ban for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like this draft is now kind of tough for LGD. They needed something like a DP or like something that can like fully commit towards taking those towers. Like, hey, you Monkey King ulti on top of the high ground. I feel like that's how you end games nowadays.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to win games with heroes like that for sure.
Right.
Yeah, Monkey King, Brew Split as well, we've seen be very, very successful.
If you don't have the late game.
Yeah.
Because like right now, I think EHOME are going to have the late game.
Yes, it's very hard to not have the late game with Zeus plus Medusa. Zeus is just such a ridiculous hero in the late game. You get that Arc Lightning talent. There are no items that Terrorblade can get. Blink, BKB, doesn't matter. Zeus is so far back, you'll never get him, realistically, if the Zeus itemizes correctly. No matter how many, you can get 6 Scotties, Zeus will clear through all of your illusions. He gets 6 Scotties, he just has percentage damage, doesn't matter. If you don't go high HP, he just has that raw damage coming from Arc Lightning. Like, he just clears the illusions so easily. And then you have the Medusa as well. That's going to be doing the physical damage in the late game as well.
So here's my worry. I think that EHOME, I would like them to see a Faceless Void, but my worry about it would be Lion blowing him up in around the mid game and just like hunting him over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But maybe if he gets like null tallies, that's not as heroic. They did the Brewmaster! I was going to say, oh god, I should have fucking said it. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. Because I was like, maybe they just switched it up and run a support Magnus.
Yeah.
Or support Brew.
Sure.
Oh, I'm heated. I should have said it. God damn.
It's dive the towers. You're right. I mean, you were right. You kind of said it with 10
seconds.
Is it good
I mean,
enough?
I guess
Do you like it?
Yeah. No. I mean, it's literally what you were saying.
Right.
They want to end the game early with the DK and the Terrorblade, but they need some sort of Monkey King ult, some sort of. And then I said, Brewmaster also does that. We've seen the Brew be very successful doing that. I was just thinking, there's no way they go for a Brew. There's Magnus.
Yeah.
But oh shit. Oh, that's a good Timber pick. That's a really good Timber pick. How do you lane this hero right now? Who can you lane against Timber?
It looks like they're gonna go DK.
It's 4 heroes that are hard countered by Timber and then a Lion.
Yo, are EHOME going to the major?
Dude,
I don't know. Are they gonna knock LGD out? Are they
shit,
gonna...
dog? This was a great Timbersaw pick actually. Like, way too good.
Beyond Zeus in the off lane. What's happening?
So, oh man, like there's no lane that you can put. Dragon Knight, melee strength hero, owned by the Timbersaw. Brewmaster, melee strength hero, owned by the Timbersaw. Magnus, melee strength hero, owned by the Timbersaw. Terrorblade, terrible against magical damage. You press the Whirling Death on him, he loses all of his base damage coming from the Metamorphosis. Lion, pretty good against Timbersaw actually, but there's no other damage. There's no other damage, and Lion just right-clicks in the laning phase.
Yeah.
Timbersaw loves to get right-clicked.
Buy a hood, you're good.
Exactly. You get a hood, you're immortal this game.
Or a Holy Locket.
I don't think
so.
I think
I don't think so. That item still isn't very good.
I think they should take the Holy Locket and lock it into a dumpster.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, one more game. EHOME versus LGD. One of these two teams is in the major. And we potentially, if we see EHOME win, would end up having a rematch possibly of OG versus LGD in the minor. But stay tuned because still a lot to come as we hop into this game number 3. That was the worst fucking intro of our life. God, I ended on a high glow. Jeez. Well, oh man, what a freaking way to end this. The Timbersaw pick. They're sending again the safe lane Medusa.
God, if they play like they played in the last game,
yeah,
I don't know how they lose with this draft. This was an extreme outdraft, unless there's something I'm seeing from LGD's lineup that is somehow able to kill this Timbersaw. Like, the Timber is such a problem in the early game, and that if they go into the mid-late game, they have Medusa Zeus.
Yeah.
They're also 2, like, Greek, Roman, whatever gods in the same team. How do you lose with that? Zeus and Medusa? Are those 2 separate lores?
No.
Those
Medusa is a Gorgon, though, so it's not a god. That's the only difference.
Okay.
But, yeah. They are Greek. Well, I don't know if they're actually Greek.
What are the Roman gods?
That would be like Mars and
the planets.
Jupiter.
Saturn,
yeah.
Earth.
I don't think Earth was a god.
Moon.
Pretty sure that's not how it goes.
I don't know. Canadian education.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why, Innocence? Why you do this? Run
Ouch.
away.
Stop hitting me. Please stop hitting me.
This is Chalice. He's a big guy. He's just going to taunt away, though.
He's a larder.
He's happy as a clam. Does still have.
LGD gets 3 bounties. I mean, that's one good way to start the game. Where's that other bounty? They're going to get 4 bounties.
Faith Beyond in the off lane. He's building towards a bottle. Already has 330 gold. Look at this guy. They shared tangos with him to make sure he got it.
Rush.
And FY playing this Lion. He's going to have a big game for them. He needs to go big.
God, man, you can tell LGD. They put their try-hard pants on this game. They're taking advantage of this early game. They know that they have stronger side lanes as a result of this Timbersaw pick, so they're trying to get every single last hit, every single deny.
First blood.
Although, trying too hard.
Need to be careful. And meanwhile, top lane as well, FY gets down very low. Try and keep my eyes a little bit more peeled going into the next one. But yes, it does look like needs to be careful. The empowered Lion giving him the punches and also the Medusa. This is what they can expect here as they salve back up, trading regen whenever possible.
They could pull. The pull isn't blocked. The Shaman can just pull back.
The other thing about this, Whirling Death now giving pure damage all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Very effective against the Bracer builds.
Timber just does so much damage to this Radiant lineup at every point in the game.
Terrorblade struggling with this Zeus. You know, what's funny about this is that we were like, okay, they're maybe overcommitting by EHOME onto this Terrorblade, but the entire draft of LGD revolves around the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
There's no other threat that was presented with the last picks.
Yes, that's true. Happens that a lot of the Terrorblade counters, like the Timber and the Zeus, also happen to counter DK as well. So, and Magnus, so quite convenient. I love playing Zeus against Terrorblade if you can get some levels in the lane. Once Zeus is level 3, Terrorblade actually has to go jungle because one nuke and he loses 30% of his HP.
Force out the Metamorphosis. Continuing to trade and try and get his ET out of dodge, and it looks like they will be able to do that. Faith Beyond just level 2, but creating some space and denying the Metamorphosed Terrorblade. Are you kidding me? That ain't looking great.
That guy deserves a major slot. Just for that.
So far, the Terrorblade, or rather the Timbersaw, having a good time in lane against the DK. And, oh god, alright, they do take him down.
I think that's okay, though. The Zeus, yeah, he drops a bottle. He's a very, it's a very costly hero to run in the off lane in terms of the regen.
Yeah, passes that
They
one
screwed
over.
up the second bottle charge. Rip.
Skewer back. Medusa. They're going to shackle and pull her a
that
little
pull
bit
back.
Closer. But she should still be fine with the mana shield working. Does not have enough. Oh, she does have enough for another snake now. So we'll probably send that out in a second and try and refill the mana pool a bit.
Should definitely drop that branch and just get that tango regen. Yeah, he goes for it once his previous tango runs out. Because this is a lane you're going to need a lot of regen, and if they can just survive in the top lane, they're going to be doing very, very well, because bot is going to be hugely in the Zeus's favor once he gets some levels, and then mid, of course, Timbersaw favored, especially when he gets some levels in that Whirling Death.
He had the double Bracer build queued up, but ended up going for the Soul Ring instead on the Timbersaw.
I think that's good against DK. You wanna use a lot of spells, because you can actually kill DK in lane, so you don't want to just sit there and farm. You want to pressure him. That's why he picked it.
So far, so good. Both teams trading off. And Ame, level 3 versus level 3 of Faith Beyond. They're going to move in with the DDX Nova. They need to be careful here. There's a lot of damage. My
God.
goodness. The crit's coming through, and that is why Brewmaster is a good pick.
That's one way to win this lane. Dude, manning up.
ET?
He went for the third point into the aura. He doesn't have any points in stop. He's just trying to maximize the Zeus's damage in his own, I guess.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if he nukes the Terrorblade,
he needs to make sure the aura is nearby and on its hero well enough. They're moving into position.
This damage is
Just gone. That aura, they don't expect it.
It's so goddamn easy to play Zeus against Terrorblade. His HP pool is so low.
And look here. 3 points in reactive, and suddenly the Timbersaw is holding back that Zeus. DK, Jesus. All right, I'm going to take a sip of some drink here to wake up.
Yeah, he can just play behind the tower. That's one good way to make sure that the DK is going to lose this lane. Maybe you can't kill the DK. It's a little hard, but you know, eventually you can kill him, and pressuring behind his tower, he's going to lose a wave of experience to the tower killing the creeps.
Nice mango there by Dusa to live through it.
It's good that they're surviving in this top lane, because this is the lane that is supposed to be winning.
Is under attack.
I'm just going to walk over to the shrine as well as Shadow Shaman trying to live. They break through some of those trees and chasing him down. Why? In trouble. Does have shackles. The TP rotation coming from the Dusa after the shrine. And now trying to live through this one. There's creeps back here with Chalice. And the tower not hitting them means that Medusa has to be a little bit more careful. So it looks like she's going to be skewered away from tower.
My god, he's just trying to protect the siege creep. Doesn't want the Medusa to Mystic Snake though. Is this, do you kill him? I don't feel like you kill him.
He's living. 15 reactive armor stacks, and yeah, Timbersaw. Oh, and he gets a haste run. All right. Cool stuff for him.
Yeah, he's chill. He's okay with this. That's what you want to happen when you're a Timbersaw. You just made space for your Medusa.
Yeah. And Terrorblade in the meantime, farming in the
He has to
jungle.
go jungle, yeah.
And they know it. They know where they're at. A step ahead.
They thought he's faster. He's just like super underfarmed, so he's
The wraparound coming.
not able to be over there. He says, kill this camp first.
They know. They know he's going to be here, and they're waiting for him to round the corner. They only have the 1 point in Ether Shock, though. They hit the stomp? What? Okay.
Doesn't do anything. That means
That's cool, though.
between these two heroes, they can't kill him.
But they're messing with his farm.
They would need the Zeus. I think just the Shaman can stay there and mess with his farm.
Yeah.
Which looks like that's what they're doing. Although Elder Titan's heading over. Oh my god, maybe they kill him now. He's trying to farm the Ancients. Timber's heading over.
Oh my god, they're going to punch him to death. Maybe you leave that one, but yeah, Terrorblade goes down. Invade the jungle.
God, I'm not sure about farming the... Like, you know there's two supports there. You just start farming, like, the things that are going to beat the living shit out of you. That doesn't seem like the play.
In the meantime, this Timbersaw continuing to sort of dominate.
You know, I really like the fact that he actually went 4 points in reactive instead of trying to pressure the DK with the Whirling Death, just because when he has those 4 points in reactive, how do they ever kill him? I feel like getting to that point earlier, even though he's not able to pressure us hard, now he doesn't run the risk of like dying in the early game and losing his snowball. That's not going to happen.
As long as he is not like incredibly out of position.
Yes, yes. This is really smart from him, because usually you'd go for like an extra point in the Whirling Death, but he's not looking to he's looking to be a game threat, not a lane threat in this game. He wants to just be the problem.
In the meantime, Zeus does go down again. Actually died in Fountain.
Oh, that's rough. Rotation from the Magnus. Although I think you're okay with the game just being a 1k gold lead at this point for LGD. Like if you're EHOME, it's fine that LGD has a 1k gold lead, because you have the vastly superior late game. I think between the Timber, Zeus, and Medusa, the Terrorblade illusions are never going to do anything. You can kill the DK as well. You can kill all of these heroes on the LGD side with just the Timber and the Zeus, and then you have Medusa as well to boot.
Faith Beyond level 5. And Innocence just sitting there with a ward and magic stick. Looks like EHOME gonna continue to pressure here mid. There's also a long wraparound coming from X-Nova. What's this guy doing? Is he gonna get a courier sniper randomly?
Warding, I think.
Oh my god, why do I keep on walking away with shit Alright. The deep ward.
He's just chilling up there, trying to get some farm in the dead lane.
Ooh.
Now this would be a kill. This would be a
a
serious kill.
What's the TP situation like? They have it on ET and the Timbersaw. But scary to do that. Looks like Medusa is going to farm a different camp instead. Lion moving over. Only has level 5 though. 2 point up in the Hex, and they do run into the Medusa, able to catch her. Metamorphosis moving into position, and X-Nova here. They're all in the jungle.
Where did he come from?
Yeah, that's that'll happen.
That's that warding from X-Nova. Scouting that.
Yeah.
That's some.
Radiant's middle tower has
You know,
fallen.
it's rare that you see the like the direct effects of good supporting. That there it was. Oh my God, that grip.
Long duration shackles. They move in also with the. Well, Timber saw the lift up onto him. Faithbeyond now out of position. They have the Thunder God's Wrath available, but as he hit the stomp onto these rulings, Faithbeyond needs to dodge and get away. They're going to be able to shackle one. They throw out the Hurl Boulder, and now the lift up onto another. X-Nova in a little bit of trouble. Faithbeyond able to walk away on absolutely nothing. Thunder God's Wrath comes out, and this Timbersaw looking to chase him down. Chalice in some trouble.
Oh, nice.
Another
grip.
shackles, another punch, Timber Chain,
Dire's
and
middle
dead.
tower is under attack.
So they do have the Brewmaster Primal Split to put up the Timbersaw. That is one solution to him, but it's a support brew, so you can see how they were able to just kite around him like it's, you know, like it's nothing. It's not that big of an issue because he can't just blink in and get that
Dire's
huge
middle
split
tower
off. Like it
is
was
under
kind of, he had to
attack.
split from behind the trees, run the Brewlings in. It just wasn't a great fight for him, just because he couldn't blink and get on top. Medusa's farming during this whole period, so
We have not seen a D ward though on that.
yeah. They do have Zeus too. They could just run through and D-ward with the lightning bolt. But Zeus appears to want to pressure.
Level 7 rather on FY.
He's huge.
No points in mana drain, even against the Medusa, feeling like he just wants that extra disable that the Hex offers.
Radiant's middle
Timbersaw
tower
too. You
is
can
under
drain
attack.
him. It's a big issue for him.
Stomp. They're going to be able to find the shackles right there. Zeus walking away. FY, I mean, just find the Hex afterwards. They need to
he's
get
so
out
dead.
now. In
Oh,
some trouble.
Zeus is not in range.
God, the punch is coming out though, and well, FY able to walk away again, and now X-Nova shows up here also. They're chasing this guy down and possibly going to be able to get him dead. Rolling Death to come out afterwards if they want to, but it looks like they're just going to retreat yet again. And the stomp, maybe that will be enough. Does not connect.
They got a man up like last game, man.
They're doing it.
There's a lot of kill opportunities here that they're kind of missing. I think they're manning up, but maybe not enough. They're a little afraid to die, and like the Zeus could turn around, nuke either of those heroes, and kill both of them.
Is under attack.
You got to trust your team.
Yeah. But at the same time, they do have the Medusa that's...
Terrorblade invades the Medusa jungle. When you see that happen.
Alright, they do end up losing the Shadow Shaman, and now trying to find this kill onto Timber, but won't get him. FY was looking somewhere else and didn't find the Hex. But back behind the tower, again, Timber playing it back.
With the line being so huge at this point, they actually have a small window where Timber is killable. He's not going for a Hood of Defiance, so he can definitely be killed in this game.
Blink on
They see the
Dragon
Medusa.
Knight. He doesn't have his blink though. Oh, and she sees the Dragon Knight. He doesn't have his blink. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm
Dire's
dumb.
middle
I'm dumb,
tower
guys.
is under attack.
She's out of there. I thought that that was the Medusa, but that was the Terrorblade.
He didn't have his blink though. He blinked up high ground.
Yeah.
She saw them. She just
Stomp.
gets spooked.
Shackles.
Dire's bottom
FY
tower
moving
is
in.
under attack.
Pop the DK form, gets the stun onto one. Shadow Shaman's there. Trying to interrupt it, but FY already dead as they're still chasing after the Shadow Shaman, but the real fight is over here where they've lifted up the Timbersaw. It looks like the ET also under control. They do eventually kill off that Shadow Shaman, and
Oh my God. Oh, that's not good. The Zeus is such an important hero. I think they know he's there. Oh, they all DC. What?
Okay. Huh.
Goodness. All right. Timber's heading over. So
What's the state of the game right now?
2K gold lead for LGD, but
I mean, they have a stomp here from the ET.
yeah. I think you're good if you're EHOME here. The Zeus is yes, he's a little out of position, but
They're pinging him, but they don't actually see him, so they
yeah,
can't
they know
immediately
he's in there.
hurl boulder.
Timber's heading over though. Like they know they need to protect their Zeus. Like they're
Right.
heading over. If they die for the Zeus, they're gonna get destroyed by Timbersaw. Zeus is okay with that. He's an off-lane Zeus. But yeah, the name of the game in every fight, of course, is to protect that Zeus. He's kind of some of these fights. He's getting gone on. But I'd like to see him pick up like an Ether Lens and maybe a Force Staff, but he's going for the Agnum Scepter.
Yeah.
Just because Zeus, like the base hero is what's good TB, right? It's not the ultimate, the Agnum Scepter ultimate. You just want the arc light.
Yeah.
that Zeus damage with the Timbersaw slow.
This is really nice, and they have also the added damage coming from that ET Aura.
Yeah.
Kill him off, and Medusa still farming away as down bottom the DK showed up, but can't really do much. Chalice still working towards that Blink Dagger, a little ways away from it.
It's hard to get a good Blink initiation
Radiant's
against ET
middle
Spirit
tower is
and
under
Zeus.
attack.
If EHOME plays the way they played around the Magnus in the last game, this guy's never going to get a single Blink RP just because they played it so well in the last game. Like every single fight you'd see somebody focusing on breaking that Magnus's Blink. Like they totally understand how to play against that hero. But LGD, they understand how to play it as well. They know that's going to be a factor. They know EHOME's going to do that, so maybe you try to, you know, play around smokes or Shadow Blade, something like that, so you're not getting scouted and gone on.
Whoa, Zeus switched it up apparently.
Midas. They're going late.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure. I mean, if you think LGD is going to go late game and you can have more items in the late game, you know that as long as you don't go into the late game with like no items whatsoever, you'll probably have superior late game. So, sure, I get it. I'd rather that than the Aghanim Scepter. I really don't think that the Ags is super effective in this game for him.
battle around the bounty rooms. They see a couple. X-Nova in a little bit of trouble. They have the ward trap. Oh, good blink away, but it's not going to quite be enough as they have the shackles afterwards, and there's going to be the stun. Now chasing for more, maybe? No? Okay. They're just going to retreat.
They both destroy the Observer wards. We see you. Not for long.
Still working on boots, this guy.
My God. The support life. I think it's gods that would kept saying it, you know, it's the problem. Or was it you with the Shadow Shaman? You get behind in a lane and you just feed. Speaking of feeding.
I think that was gods.
He talks a lot about feeding. I mean, he's an expert, so.
Well, and you know, I'm looking at this now, and it's a 4,000 gold lead all of a sudden for LGD, and they're going to skewer back in this Medusa. They have Stone Gaze available, but not for that much longer, and the Timbersaw lifted up into the air. They don't have an answer for this. They lose the Medusa. Timbersaw's still going to town, and it looks like they're going to just focus on other people. Shadow Shaman's dead now, too. And Timbersaw, after being done, is possibly going to be able to turn this back around a bit more, but
ooh, there's a Terrorblade.
Still chasing for more. They buy back from the Shadow Shaman. Look at how low this Timbersaw has gotten. He needs to get out of the fight, and Y shows up, finds a kill, takes down FY. We'll be able to retreat afterwards.
Good lord.
Round 2 comes in. Oh, and X-Nova almost dies, but Timber not
He only
quite
has
able
9
to find
stacks.
the
I think
finish.
Terrorblade could probably kill him, actually.
But they have the chakram out, and with the shackles, that should be enough. They can't quite get
so
the
close.
Sunder off. They wanted to jump in with Chalice to try and interrupt it. Well, they will get a dieback on that Shadow Shaman, but can they kill off any of these other heroes? X-Nova's in the area, and it looks like with DK being back here, they're going to be able to get away.
God, there were so many times where the Timber almost died in that fight. Shadow Shaman almost died right at the start. He actually ends up dying anyway, then buying back, dying again, but these fights are tight, man. Really, really close. Just a matter of like one hit here and one hit there.
I mean, it feels like LGD are making the aggressive moves that they kind of need to end this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like that. If they can get enough of a gold lead, everything that we've mentioned about the counters and the draft, it doesn't matter because you have gold to dive the Zeus. You have gold to, you know, get a blink on the Panda and throw up the Timbersaw. Like, these items make up for the issues in the draft. It's like in the previous game, you know, they get a 6k gold lead at the start, they hold it out through the whole game. This is EHOME, and it does matter eventually. Like, of course, you know, they let them farm, they let them flatline, but the 6k gold lead, it eventually mattered in these fights. So, yeah, 5k gold lead, maybe the TB can just get a lucky pick on the Zeus with maybe Lion setting up or Magnus or something like that. But see, that's the thing, is that I'm not worried for EHOME unless they don't have items. If Zeus has items, there's no way he dies to these heroes.
Right.
But if EHOME just have more items than them, what can they do?
Well, they take down that Observer ward there, and I think controlling the vision is definitely a big part of this. Is FY, ooh,
oh, that was
good
nice.
play. I don't even know if he saw him
yeah,
right
he
there.
sees with the ward.
Okay, and then the, well, Hex to follow, and the DK DD might have been enough to take that fight, but Zeus scouting for his team.
Damn, DK has a Shadow Blade and a Blink Dagger.
He's farmed.
You know, I like the Shadow Blade for hunting the Medusa and stuff like that, but definitely going for the Blink Dagger is the right choice, even after the Shadow Blade, just because you need somebody to get in the back line on the Zeus or on the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
Oh, he went Blink first?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wants the Shadow Blade for hunting and setting up too.
Zeus has his Hand of Midas done. And after the Thunder God's Wrath, LGD looking for a fight again. If they could get this Zeus, it'd be a huge pickoff.
Oh, thank God he's going for Ether Lens. Yeah, that's definitely the choice. I don't mind the Midas either. He has an XP talent, so he's going to get a lot from that.
Yeah.
Did he go for it? Yes, I assume he did.
Dire
Yeah.
are scanning.
6 armor doesn't do anything. Like, if you get God on Zeus, you're
Dire's
just
middle
dead
tower
anyway. What's
is
the
under
point at
attack.
6 armor? Watch out, I'm going to tank up. You're going to hit me one more time. I'll die.
I mean, hypothetically, since this would be like one of the best games for the armor talent, but it's still not worth
Yeah.
it.
Hey, you know, technically, if you can get 25 anyway, the XP gain doesn't do anything when you're 25,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it is the late game talent.
But the wards are going to secure this tower, it looks like,
Radiant
as...
structures are fortified.
Oh, DK, Shadowblade running low. They get the lift up here with the Yule Scepter. Now you got to make a choice for LGD. Do you fight or do you get the hell out of dodge? And looks like they might decide to fight as they've already taken down the Shadow Shaman. And now Timbersaw lifted up in the air.
He has 13 stacks, though.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I'm not sure if they... I'm not sure if they kill him. They finger, right?
They're dropping everything. Finger of Death comes out and they do take him down.
They do kill him.
And they've got another.
Drag him back.
AT.
That new shockwave is so good.
Yeah, definitely. And well, he is being fully surrounded right now by all of the LGD melee heroes. And eventually they kill off that ET.
Panda was the perfect pick in this game.
Yes.
It's doing so much work in these fights.
What's the answer for Timber? Do you have to go like Lincoln's or
God.
like a
Dire's bottom
BKB
tower
or
is
what?
under attack.
Good question, man. I definitely think the Bloodstone is not the correct choice. I think
Dire's
you
bottom
probably
tower
want some
has
sort of,
fallen.
you know, Crimson Guard, Hood, Pipe, maybe even just to protect your team. Play that like, you know, you can throw me up, but that's okay because I'm still going to provide that utility for my team sort of style. Tank up a lot more, get in their face a lot more, force the Panda to split when he doesn't want to split, sort of thing. That's acceptable, but he's going for this build where if he gets thrown up, it's worth it because he's trying to be a damage dealer.
Right. Well, right now, as we can see, win probability favoring LGD, 87%. And FY starting to build up the stacks of the Finger of Death. It feels like there is a path here for LGD for victory.
For sure. Oh, you know why DK went for the Shadow Blade? Silver Edge.
Oh, yeah.
To kill the Timbersaw. They have no answer until the Silver Edge. Then they have the Panda too, but they can actually kill him. They have no answer to kill him unless they kill everybody.
Well, the other thing that you can do is just make sure that you're keeping your stacks of reactive pretty high on the Timber, but it's still going to be a tough one.
Yes.
And, well, LGD moving into the Roche pit. How often has this been the deciding factor of these games?
Lyrical, I believe it has been every game.
Dire's
This
bottom
Roche
tower
is
under
so
attack.
important.
Radiant's
And it doesn't look
bottom
like it's going to be
tower is
contested.
under attack. Radiant structures
Good
are
lord.
fortified.
Free Roshan just taken here by a D. Oh, no, they spot it. Are they going to get here in time, though? Oh, they can't. They can't get there in time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Double damage. So
Dire's
convenient.
structures are
And
fortified.
power damage. This guy's hitting for 600.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So what can they get with this Aegis? They have a BKB on the Terrorblade and a BKB on the Dragon Knight.
Part of me kind of wants the Terrorblade to just get a blink BKB. You just blink BKB, kill the Zeus, and throw up the Timber. Medusa's not an issue at this point, but once the Zeus is dead, you can kill the Medusa fairly easily. She's also a hero, you know. You mentioned it in the draft when the Zeus wasn't even picked. Maybe Terrorblade builds like a blinker, some item to just get in there in the fight, you know. So I would like that. Then again, there's, you know, Panda, Magnus, Lion, these heroes, and Dragon Knight. These heroes can all actually just initiate and catch people out. Maybe it's just not necessary this game. You have enough blinks.
Yeah. Well, we do have the Aether Lens done on the Zeus. He is definitely a damage dealer at this point, as is the Timbersaw, but they need to make sure that they can keep him alive in these fights. That's the tough issue.
Yeah. Whenever there's like a Zeus or a Tinker on either of the teams, especially when you have an illusion hero, the entire game is just based around getting on top of that hero.
Right.
If the Zeus is out of position for a second, they're going to kill him. If you put yourself out of position to a Zeus lineup for a second, he's going to turn the entire fight on you. It's a narcissistic role to play in a game. I personally love playing Zeus. I don't know if that makes me a narcissist, but quite the hero for making the whole game about yourself.
That's true. All right, Medusa, looks like she is going to be going for the Manta. I mean, there's a couple of different heroes that are really valuable to just throw up into the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, gets the D ward here. That might be one of them as Medusa gets more and more.
Actually, if they can kill the Timber with the Silver Edge pickup, and then throw the Medusa in the air and just focus the Zeus, I think that's such a solid way to take fights.
I think it's still very hard to go high ground though for LGD.
Yeah, into Titan plus Zeus plus Timber, Chongqing as well. Even the Shadow Shaman has ways of clearing waves. I think he probably has... Actually, no. Who am I kidding? He does not have any items in Shadow Shaman. I'm not even going to say that. This guy, he's got a bracer.
He's hanging out. But again, EHOME clearing through these creep waves. They do decide to go for the Bloodstone on Timbersaw.
He finally has it. That's good.
And in the meantime, the pressure for the tier 2 tower in the top lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
TP back because they know they need to defend if LGD decide to go high ground. But in the meantime, this Timber just farms up, heads back home, good to go.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He heals up, has full mana. The Shadow Shaman is not here, but is pressuring along the top side and has wards available to either pressure for the tier 2 or tier 1, depending on how they want this to go.
I'm not sure if you...
Radiant's
I guess...
under attack.
Oh, they're gonna try to find him.
They do find him, and well, that's gonna be a finger of death kill, most likely.
Steal that kill. Steal that. You know you want to steal. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
There you go.
FY takes it.
Wise Ether Lens. I'm gonna be fingering from so far away with this item.
How long do we have in this Aegis? 2.5 minutes. I mean, can they get anything else going high ground at all here, or what do you think?
You know, it appears they have like the same read as you, where it's just so hard to push high ground. They all just TP back to kill a goddamn Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
But when it's so hard to push high ground, you know, you'll take anything off the map that's not just pushing high ground.
Blink for Faith Beyond, going for the Veil next.
I like that. I think we saw Zeus against Terrorblade. I think second day of the qualifier, something like that.
Yeah.
Go for the Veil last item against Terrorblade, like super late game.
Yeah.
Obviously, this item is excellent in the early game as well. Lots of people pick up early Veil, but it's such a value item on Zeus, especially against these illusion heroes, that people even go for it last.
Right.
He's just being.
They RP the
They're
Medusa
actually gonna try to kill him.
and pull him back in. This is Medusa
Yeah, no
down to
mana.
no HP, no mana, done and dusted. They do kill off the Lion, but also going to get the lift up onto the ET, and well, now Timbersaw trying to do what he can. The BKB comes out, and it looks like the charge forward for more. They're again just ignoring this Timbersaw, and Shadow Shaman doesn't have any way to stay alive in this fight at all. Good blink away there from
man.
Faith Beyond, able to live through it, and well, the Timbersaw is also living. Has to use the active from the Bloodstone to heal back up afterwards, and now they're going to try and clear through all of the illusions and the Metamorphs Timbersaw. Do have buyback on the Medusa, but don't want to have to use it here if you can avoid
He
it.
tries to get the Zeus.
Would have been a nice catch, but now he's a bit far forward and needs to be careful. But the tier 3 is already down. The Stomp's not going to connect. They're still trying to stick around and take down the first lane of barracks. LGD fully committing for this one, and there's going to be the skewer back, but the Eul Scepter lift up. Nicely played there to interrupt it, and Chalice now a bit too far forward, but they got what they came for. The first lane of Rax.
Not easy to do versus a Zeus.
Oh wait, is Terrorblade okay? Ah, yeah, he's fine. Probably. Maybe. Oh my god, look at him run.
That Panda. With the Tranquil Boots. It's very quick.
Yeah.
He almost has a blink too. That'll help a lot. This hero has been super effective even without the blink.
Structure is under attack.
I love the blink pickup on the Zeus, by the way. Just the fact that all he needs to care about is surviving in this game. And I think even a 4-staff like, isn't enough repositioning. It's a lot higher skill cap and harder to play with this blink dagger. And if you do get caught out, you're just screwed anyway. Like there's no forcing out, but it gives him a lot more potential for just playing the positioning game in these fights.
And EHOME feeling like they need to make a move right now. Are going to
Triple
run
hits
into
double
Ame.
damage?
They got him caught. There's nobody else here. He has to have the BKB though, and now FY gets the blink forward, finds the Hex. There's going to be the turnaround as well with the Reflection, but they will kill off the Lion in exchange for the Shadow Shaman, and now trying to find more. Oh, the stun, the Timber Saw, is he too far forward? They get the RP and pull back in the Dusa, but the Stone Gaze, it keeps them alive. The Skewer forward, but they're able to take the fight. That's a huge win for them, and now trying to run down the DK. They get the lift up there as well. All the regen coming from the Timber Saw, and they're going to kill off that DK. Great play as LGD lose 4 and possibly 5. What have they done?
These are all Bloodstone charges too for the Timber. He's level 21 on Timber Saw.
He is out of control. A triple kill for ASD. And immediately going to TP back to deal with the wave.
Oh, God.
Look at that swing.
That is super game winning. I mean, these lanes of racks do not matter when you have Zeus, Timber Saw, Medusa. Every single one of these heroes, all of their spells clear waves. Like they don't care if the creeps have 1,000 HP or 100 HP. They're going to kill them. They're all AoE scaling damage heroes. There's no issue with the wave being pushed in, especially I believe they picked up Boots of Travel on Boots of Travel coming up next on the Timber Saw, so he's going to be able to deal with this lane very, very easily. Oh boy, if you're LGD, I'd be sweating right now. Like this is the reason this has looked so good for them is because they're applying pressure early, but they don't win this in the late game.
Yeah. And feeling like we're getting closer and closer to that late game scenario. This guy has 2 bracers now. Look out.
Yeah. Late game Shaman coming in hot.
I mean, you do have other things that are starting to get put together.
They
like,
do.
Like the GPM talent for the Lion, which is a way to sort of mitigate that late game problem, but it does look like right now LGD, are they trying to take a fight? They scout out the
that
smoke.
Is such a nice Zeus
Jeez.
ulti. Oh, it's so convenient to have that hero on your team in a situation like this.
Oh, and look at Innocence down here. He can't do anything to Ame, though.
Oh,
surely.
if he could cancel that TP, that'd be so sick, but he doesn't see it.
Well,
LGD
Roche,
just positioning around Roche, yeah, that's the next objective.
15 seconds till it's capable of respawning. Top lane, uh-oh. Timber,
Only
in
8.
some trouble.
He has only 8.
Getting his
Stacks.
Manus. Roll in, and, well, it does have the jump away.
has a Bloodstone,
oh,
right?
God.
Oh, no, he can't.
Oh, it's 1 second away.
By my horns.
And FY gets some more damage onto his finger.
Don't mind if I do. I'll take that last hit.
So right now he's got 250 bonus damage, which means he's dealing 1,000, just under. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Did he go? He didn't go for the damage talent. He went for the GPM.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty reasonable in this game. He knows it's going to go late. That'll be
He'll
pretty
be an
effective.
Ags eventually.
Yep. Ags will be pretty legit. Cooldown reduction mainly.
Yeah.
Damage.
Well, with the Magnus also?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point. Good point.
That could be cool.
Yeah, that could definitely be cool.
Chalice looking for the RP, speaking of which.
We could get the Zeus.
They're thinking about it. They really want it.
Dire's
Scary
middle
stuff.
barracks
Pop
are
the
under
ulti
attack.
and gonna go to town
Dire's
on this
structures
tower.
are
Faith
Oh, you
Beyond
blinked
slows
in,
it.
man. Oh god, if the Magnus was, if he was in position.
And this is what makes it so tough, just to go at high grounds. So DK takes the armor and regen talent.
Definitely good against the Zeus Medusa. It's like lots of damage over time. You know, just being able to heal through it is super effective, and Medusa also physical damage. Armor great against her.
CDR on the Zeus. They scan out that Roche is being taken, and just like that, LGD have to back.
CDR is 100% the play against Terrorblade. I'm so sick of seeing people go for the stun duration against Terrorblade. It's like this. The reason you pick Zeus against Terrorblade is for Zeus's base hero. Like, You want to use the Arc Lightning as much as possible to clear those Terrorblade illusions. This is why he went for the Veil of Discord as well. Like, sure, he's going for the Aghanims now, but that's because he has these other items to deal with the Terrorblade. You don't need anything else in the late game other than these items, as long as he's staying alive.
Well, and this is the thing, too, is like after the nerf that it no longer counts the CDR and that stuff, too, for the Nimbus, it's like, it feels like it's even less value than it was before. And
The stun duration?
yeah.
Yeah, because you get an Octarine Core, and it's not, like, perma-stunning people.
Right.
That's why the Ags is just a little less value as well. He did go for the cooldown reduction, right? I'm not just shit-talking the,
No, he
the
did,
building
yeah.
one. Okay, thank God.
No, you're good. I
I like this. I mean, I really like this. Like, when you pick it to counter the TB, it's like the specific purpose is just for the Arc. You pick this here for the Arc Lightning.
Walking in. They have just used the Stomp. Need to be careful. They find themselves one, the RP to pull back as well. Yule Scepter. Can they keep the Shadow Shaman alive? No, but he's not the important hero. It's the Zeus. And also the Medusa, who's actually dead. They have buyback on her, but you hate to have to use it right here. A good sleep. And it looks like the Timber is going to be able to escape. Also, Faith Beyond
my
TVing
God.
out. Oh, God! Oh, my goodness.
He is, like, the only important hero in this game, so... He's done a really good job so far not getting gone on. He's been positioning really nicely. Unfortunately, not doing that much damage in these fights. But
Timber has 25 stacks. He's going in. Come at me. He has a Yule Scepter still, the active from the Bloodstone as well. He uses it right now, and now able to turn this one back around. Brewmaster control for the moment. Can they kill him off in time with the Hex? Yes! They take him down. The BKB is gone as well. They're going to buy back on the Brew. This is all fighting without the Medusa, but they want to make sure that LGD cannot take that Roche and get a free pass towards high ground.
yeah, there's no BKBs, so they can hold this out until the Medusa is alive, I think.
And Brew doesn't have split.
Yeah. It's so smart that they're contesting this Roche. They know this is, like, one of LGD's final... I know they have a 9k gold lead, 8k gold lead, but it's one of their, like, final hurrahs to just end the game. Because if they get this Aegis, then they don't need to give a damn about the Zeus. You just run in. Zeus has to reveal himself to kill the Aegis. You kill the Zeus, you take the high ground, win the game. You don't have that option if you can't get this Roche. And I think the later and later the game this goes, EHOME is perfectly happy.
Terrorblade picking up the Daedalus again.
Yeah, he was... I think he had that for the last fight. I think I saw him crit the Timber for a good amount of damage. Both teams so scared.
I know.
Money changes.
They don't want to lose this, man.
I know.
This is the final game. The final game.
It all comes down to this, man.
Entire Asia qualifiers. Southeast Asia, China. Although I think there's seeding games after this, but
Oh, it's happening concurrently.
It's
They should
happening
already
now,
be over.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was just a best of one. So X-Nova here did buy back in that last fight. He is the only hero that is buyback on cooldown. A couple others. Oh, excuse me, Shaman. So if you're able to take out that Brew at the start of the fight, possibly an avenue to get Roshan for EHOME.
yep. Aghanims on Zeus.
All right, Thunder God's Wrath. They immediately move towards the pit now. LGD wanting to take it down. They throw out the Chakram. Realize what's happening. There's the Roche as well. Need to get into position. They have the Nimbus down. It's immediately going to be killed off afterwards. With the Stomp, it's on to 2. Where's the follow-up? They don't have any yet. They know that Chalice is waiting there on the low ground and ready to go in with the RP available, and they're going to pop the Brew Split also. Catching on to him. Roche still very low, but looks like with the BKB out, Medusa is perfectly
They're
fine.
killing the Pandas.
The
He's gonna
Panda's
die.
Dead.
He's no buyback.
Gone. No buyback on the Panda, but they get the Aegis. Oh, man. Big moment right there. And now catching this Magnus as well. Chalice pulls back in 1. Are they going to be able to kill off this Timbersaw? He misses his chain, but I don't think it matters. He's still surviving through all of this. Very strange situation. Aegis is still there for the Terrorblade, and you might think about taking this fight. Although they need to be careful. The jump in the finger, they kill off the Timber, and now they pull back in yet another. But it is only that Shaman. So still living through this. It looks like EHOME are going to be forced to back with no buyback on Shaman and no Timbersaw for 90.
Zeus has no mana too.
They're going to retreat.
This is one of the issues with picking Zeus off lane. I really love the hero. Love playing it, love seeing it. Think it's really good in this draft, but they have no way to just go into fights other than Timber running in and getting himself killed. Like, they have no Magnus, they have no Axe, they have no initiation whatsoever, other than the Shaman who's feeding in every single fight. He can't do anything.
Dire's
Yeah.
bottom tower has is under attack.
Well, and it makes you wonder too, like so often we've been seeing these like ET and Void combinations or something like that. It would mean that you don't have either the Zeus or the Timbersaw, but it's why we've seen it be so often the combination.
Yeah. Gives you a lot of jump. You always have a chance to start a fight if it looks good, but there's no way the EHOME can just go in and get a good fight. There's no instant initiation.
Yeah.
It's like the Shaman, it's single target, but it's also your 5-roll hero who has 2,000 gold at 37 minutes. He's not going to be able to do anything.
Lincoln's.
No shade thrown at him. It's just he's a 5. It's just the nature of the game.
Yep.
In this current meta.
And Medusa gets towards the Lincoln Sphere, so doesn't have to worry as much about Sunder, although she already had the BKB. And Lion now, 6 Finger of Death kills. Also has the 500 health talent, so he's living through these fights.
Now he's got max finger 2, so it's up every 40 seconds.
A lot of damage.
Yep.
And Terrorblade, Butterfly now on top of everything else that he's been doing, and they're going to take down the last shrine.
Is under attack.
Nice safe play.
Dire's bottom shrine
It
has
feels
fallen.
like if EHOME are going to win this, they need to go significantly later still.
Yes,
And
they need that Zeus 25.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing in this game right now for them. And he almost has it because of that Midas. Cooldown reduction as well with the Midas. I just realized this is his play. He's just trying to get to that 25 as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Everything is just built towards the late game for EHOME.
They need more save, it feels like. The save coming from the ET takes too long, and heroes just die before that. Maybe even just Aeon Disc. Something like that to make sure that people don't get bursted.
Yeah.
And on the other side, LGD, what do they need to do to sort of end this game off? How do you finish this one?
Anytime you can pick off these support heroes, it's going to be super effective. Like, you can see that without the Shaman, without the Zeus, the Timbersaw will just die. Medusa hasn't been effective at all this game. I guess that's one thing that we're not entirely considering is the fact that at some point this Medusa can get a rapier.
Are scared.
And things will look a lot different if she has that. Although, maybe not, because she has been kind of just dying in these fights. Like the Terrorblade Magnus, they actually just have enough damage to kill the Medusa through the mana shield.
Right.
I think if you're LGD, you should look to keep taking good fights. Just keep killing the Shaman, keep killing the Zeus if you can get on him. But I really like that they're abusing the fact that the Shaman is super effective, but has no gold whatsoever. So like, it's just such an easy kill, and if they leave him alive, he's going to do a lot.
Man, look at how farmed Maybe is. Bloodthorn done now.
Yeah, he's huge.
So the damage is definitely there from the physical department, and EHOME need to come up with answers for it. As
Poor Shaman. Although, Lion,
oh, okay.
damn, that's a solo kill for the Zeus. The Zeus probably got level 25 for that.
Let's see.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's huge. That's absolutely huge.
All right, Arc Lightning damage.
Or he's going for a Ethereal Blade next.
Okay.
I like it. You could even sell the Midas. Pick
That's
up the Ethereal Blade a little earlier.
Good throwing it on like the timber
Sure.
in the fights.
Yeah, you said it, man. They need more save, and he's building it. He can also use that aggressively as well
Right.
to just burst the Terrorblade before he gets the Sunder off. Yeah, they have options with this Ethereal Blade coming out in the 25 Zeus.
It is still a 20,000 net worth lead, and the items that you've got on LGD are starting to feel more and more difficult to deal with.
It is, but the DK and the Terrorblade are getting slotted. Like you can see, he's a Dragon Lance in his backpack.
Yeah.
It's just 2,000 net worth, just doing nothing. 1,600 gold that he's got doing nothing. He's actually going for a Moonshard next.
Oh my god.
I think the cheese also counts as net worth as well. It's like 1,000 net worth.
Okay. Dragon Knight, level 25, 40 strength. He has, what is this? Only 60 or 36% magic resist. Yeah, they're going to take a lot of damage from Faith Beyond in this game.
Yep. Tense.
Very much so. And Medusa getting towards her level 25 also. Y has the Serpent Wards up very soon. Although it's very hard to kill X Nova.
Yeah, even with the Zeus, he's got Hood of Defiance, I think, and probably Magic Resist Talent on Panda.
Oh, the jump in, wanting to find one, and it's on the Zeus. He's trying to live, but might end up going down to the soul burn and the right clicks. They get the kill. Big moment. EHOME need to get the heck out of here. And they have that Lotus Orb, the lift up onto one. Ame pops the Metamorphosis. They buy back on the Zeus. They need to get the ET into this fight as well. He's going to buy back, trying to catch Ame out of position now. They need to get something from these buybacks. And LGD realize that they're just going to retreat. Call it good for the moment. And the sleep, okay. Maybe something? I can't do it.
Did he go for the range? I think he did go for the range.
On what?
On Terrorblade.
Yes, he did.
He did. And with if he can put the Dragon Lance where his boots are, maybe just siege high ground from 2,000 feet away.
It's definitely a possibility.
Hey man, counter to the Zeus, you just outrange him.
As you said, this game will go on for a while, but not if buybacks are expended and used up. The Zeus right now is such a huge portion of their damage and gets caught out of position there by the Shadow Blade coming from the DK.
That was the first time that we've seen Zeus get picked off in this game, really.
There's no way to dispel or get away, really.
Yeah, he's just got the blink. That's what I was saying about like this blink build. Oh god.
They lose the Timber, and one by one, they catch the RP, also pulling them all the way back in. Now, Medusa, if you go down right here, this game is going to fall completely out of control. The Stomp, not enough to save her life. No more Shaman. They're going to need to buy back on Deuce at the very least. And EHOME in a terrible position as LGD have caught them out again. And you just wonder, what were they doing down there?
They were just distracted by their Timber getting caught out, man. That's it. It's just distracted. You know, fight starts and you just reveal your position because you start focusing on everything else that's happening and you just forget your position. All of a sudden, boom, you're standing right on top of the Shaman, which is... He's like a prime cut of meat for this LGD team. They're just eating him every single time he's feeding. Or they're feeding off of him, I should say.
They give the Medusa the Tome, and we'll see if that's going to be enough to get her over the edge to the 25.
Oh, good lord. They're so close to just winning this game, going to the major.
Money changes.
Need a little more buybacks at this point. None.
Yeah, they are one team fight away from going to the major for LGD.
And LGD just going to play it safe here. Make sure not to give away anything. Get buybacks on all their cores. Then head down the mid lane. I think once they get one set of racks, they'll have buyback on everybody. And EHOME need to come up with some answers, because if Terrorblade just walks in and pops Metamorphosis, Timbersaw is going to push out that bottom lane.
I think he could even just put the Dragon Lance where his boots are and hit from really far away, and they can siege. But maybe waiting for the next Roche just because. What's the timer on it? It's not up very soon, is it?
30
seconds.
seconds.
It will respawn in 30 seconds. Okay, so it is up. So
Refreshers.
That is certainly the play. Probably Moonshard next. Maybe actually Refresher, just so he can siege both of these barracks. They're on opposite sides, so it would be nice to have the Refresher.
He's got them both queued up, Refresher and Moonshard. See which one he wants to go for first. But this is that point again where EHOME, they're so close also that they can taste it, and they're not really making moves over the past while. They have not been hanging out around the map and making smoke moves happen.
That's the thing, is that they don't have any way to make moves other than the Shaman, who is having a really rough game. It's just they just need to hope that LGD overcommit to pushing high ground and that the Zeus is able to whittle away at them with his absurd amounts of damage, and that eventually they get a couple of kills, maybe push, lead into buybacks, and then kill them and end the game. Just go down mid with the Medusa. Maybe even get a Rapier on this hero.
Yeah.
Is she going for it?
It's like Maelstrom is still the caller, Mjolnir rather. But it does feel like, you look at this Medusa and just not super tanky right here. 1800 HP, 1800 mana.
So what level 25 talents do we have to work with?
Roshan has
Medusa, what does she do?
She got the split shot modifiers.
Alright, split shot. Doesn't really have modifiers to utilize right now.
Timber took the Whirling Death attribute reduction.
I think that's good against this lineup. Zeus, of course, the arc lightning damage.
And Lion about to get to 25 as well.
It's
The AoE Hex.
AoE Hex, yeah. That's going to be...
Mag. Reverse polarity stun could be good, but the damage cleave is also amazing.
With Terrorblade, the Empower.
We do have
Not even-
Mags on Timber.
It's good damage.
Definitely.
Good for holding high ground. I mean,
Dire's
that's all we're
top
hoping to
tower
do in this
is under
game.
attack.
Yeah.
Did he... Yeah, he's just... The Terrorblade just is super far away
Dire's top tower
with this
is
talent.
To burst through him. Nimbus comes out, but only to slow down the push. Timbersaw throws out the Chakrams. Not quite going to connect, but that's still fine. Again, Magnus is going to be looking for some solid initiation. Has triple RP.
Triple skewer, too.
All right, let's see if he can make some magic happen.
This guy's pulling them to the fountain.
Do they see it? Do they see him? Chalice looking for the opening. They pop the Metamorphosis. BKB out as well. There's the RP catching back onto 2. Chalice has another round of it if he wants to go. The second RP, they are dead. There's nothing you can do there at all. Both heroes gone. 2 minutes, and Ame able to heal back up afterwards with the
GG.
Satanic.
That's it. You're
And
done.
LGD with a dominant game number 3 are looking to finish this one off. FY celebrating and dancing in the fountain as they win 42,000 net worth, 48 minutes. They're still one of the best teams in the world.
PSG.LGD victory.
They are going to the major.
All right.
I mean, as expected, but
Yeah.
shout-outs to EHOME for giving them a run for their money in the second game. Third game, I would say that given that draft, LGD was kind of destroying that game.
Yes.
I really think that EHOME had a good draft, but you could tell that LGD put their tryhard pants on. They did not want to be out of this major because of a couple of screwed up, ridiculous games where they kind of looked shaky. They really put their tryhard pants on. You could just tell from the lanes, like they were trying to optimize and get everything that they could. They were not screwing around, and of course, wipe the floor with EHOME.
Very impressive stuff. Yeah, I think that going into this one, LG did look beatable though, and we'll need to get to boot camping probably if they want to make as much of an impact in this tournament as they have in previous tournaments.
Maybe some like sports psychology stuff would
There you
help
go.
too. Not trying to flame, but
It was rough.
it's been so black or white with them.
Yeah.
And when it's white, like, well, I don't. Whichever color's the better one. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that conversation.
It's been a long night, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
Way to throw. We're right at the touchdown. We're ready to hit it. You know, we've called it all good, and then Jenkins is like, I'm gonna fumble.
We've
backwards.
avoided this subject
I'm gonna throw the game
for
away.
so long.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here in the Southeast Asian and China region. It is, of course, going to be Aster, Vici, and LGD that all qualify for the major. EHOME are going to have to take their chances in the minor qualifiers.
Kind of the expected.
Yeah, I would say
outcome.
so.
But it was a hell of a ride.
Definitely.
That's for sure.
And we are still going to continue the coverage. Europe is going to continue on. And then, of course, later on today from the LA studios, North America is going to finish up also. So be sure to stick around and keep on watching all the stuff. But from Jenkins, myself, all the folks over there that are standing in the corner that you can't see, and Gods, who's on a plane to Australia, thank you for joining us. Jenkins, any final words?
Oh, that was an insane day.
Yeah.
Sucks the Gods left for this one because this was probably the most insane day of Dota that we've seen.
I would agree.
It would have been more insane if EHOME had won, but
That would have been nuts.
I think this was the expected result.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you all for joining us so much, and we will see you guys next time. We'll see you in a couple of hours with more from the North American region. Have a good one and enjoy Europe. See you guys later.